What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's good tonight. Now, I'm starting just a tad early, a few minutes early, not much. Get this audio level right. I always get that messed up for some reason. I don't know why that happens. Maybe if I learn my equipment a little bit better. Who knows? Anyway, hope you're all doing well tonight. Hope you're safe, comfortable, happy, and warm. Tonight, we are talking about Flat Earth here on the Bearded Guy Podcast channel. This is a live stream about Flat Earth conspiracy. Now, hopefully we'll have some people come in that know a good bit about this topic. It would be nice if they did. Maybe we get some people in here that, can set me straight on a few things. I myself personally don't believe in a flat Earth, but, again, I don't ridicule or negate what anybody thinks or believes. That is totally up to you, and I hope that whatever that is, that you've done your research, you've done your study, and whatever that truth is to you, that it is truth to you. So again, tonight, thank you for coming by. If you do come by, and if you don't, well, then thank you anyway. I think tonight we got a pretty interesting topic. I did a podcast on this one. We actually talked about it. I talked about it. We didn't talk about it because I'm the only one doing the podcast. But I did an episode about this, about the flat Earth. Hey, Chuck, man, how are you, dude? Good to see you. Hope audio levels are good. Hope everything's right. I have to keep monkeying with this thing. But anyway, tonight we're talking flat Earth, and we're going to talk whatever else you guys want to talk about. Now, I did a little thingy thing there on my Facebook page, and I did it here on YouTube as well. I did the like a little trailer dealio for the flat Earth conspiracy, and I was kind of proud of it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. Of course, I would think it's great because I made it, but that's okay. But tonight we're going to hopefully have a good discussion about flat Earth. We'll get some people in here. I'll maybe talk about this and get some people involved. It would be nice if we can get a full house like we usually have. But Chuck, I hope you're doing good tonight. Hope your Saturday's been good. And hope everything is well in your world. I know I sent Cindy an actual message the other day about, doing some margaritas are to blame. I finally came up with my my logo idea, and I was like, yeah, this is really cool. And I sent her the, like a rough sketch. It's kind of like it looked like a third grader drew it, honestly. But that's about my artistic talent when it comes to drawing and different things like that. So hopefully she can take some of what I sent her. It's a really cool idea. I'd like to use it. And I was thinking that if I actually did that right, then I could do it for not only, my logo on my, because you do the little tiles is what you do when you do a podcast episode, and you put up your artwork, and then you've got your channel artwork. Hang on just a second. All right. And then you do your tile artwork for your channel or whatever it is, your episodes. So hopefully it'll turn out well. And I'm sure that it's in the best hands, because I honestly tried to tinker with it, thinking about it, but the learning curve was a bit beyond what I can actually do. So hopefully we'll get that together again. And she said something about getting together for dinner maybe one night, and that'd be cool too. We can do that as well. I tell you, I'd like to have you guys back in to, do some more, not just about what we talked about before, but, do some podcast stuff. I enjoyed that time when you guys came over and we hung out together, and that was really fun. But tonight we are talking flat Earth conspiracy, and I'll tell you, I watched a Netflix documentary. It was called Behind the Curve, talking about Mark Sargent and, all the other people that are, I don't want to say big name players in the flat Earth community, but they are. I mean, these are people that, but they are. These are people that have staked their claim to fame, if you will, on believing that the Earth is flat. But there's a lot of crap there, and I always liken it to being something called circular reasoning. Now, if you don't know what circular reasoning is, that is where you have to actually. Hey, Cynthia, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you jumped in. I guess what? I told you I was going to promote something for you, and I'm going to. So thank you for coming in. And in just a bit, I'm going to get to that and show you guys what Cynthia actually did for me, and it's really nice. But I watched that movie Behind the Curve, the documentary. It's kind of I don't know. It takes a lot of circular reasoning to get to the end of where they're trying to justify. And if you don't know what circular reasoning is, it's simply this: you start where you believe, or what you believe. Start with what you believe, what you think the truth is, and then you work your way back to the question. And in doing so, you cherry pick little things, and you kind of take things out of context, and you take things that you could make them fit if you kind of like force that square peg into that round hole. So those things you can kind of, justify your ends if you want to. And that's what a lot of conspiracy theory is, especially this one. Golly, there's so much stuff there, man, that's just, it just doesn't make sense. And again, I'm not here to ridicule anybody. I would really hope that somebody would kind of, yeah, absolutely. Oh, man. But I'm not trying to ridicule anybody, but I would really like for somebody to really contact me. Jump on here, contact me via email. If you go check out one of my podcast episodes, you can find my email links there. Because I always state the email link at the end of the episodes. That way, if somebody wants to reach out and say, "Hey, Scott, how are you?" They can. So I'd really like for somebody to contact me about that, because I want to pick their brain. I want to know, what is it that makes you believe that the earth is flat? And it takes some serious mental juggling, if you will, to get to that end result. And there's been a lot of things that flat earthers have done, and I don't say that in a derogatory way. Again, flat earthers have done to actually justify what they believe, and more times than not, they take little bits and pieces, or they do scientific experiments, and from what I've seen, they take the scientific experiments and they do them wrong, and they leave out certain things that would not justify what they're trying to say is true. Again, I don't know. I personally don't believe in it. But there again, I'm kind of a contradiction in the fact that I do believe in aliens. See, that's weird. I don't believe in a flat earth, but I believe in aliens. Because the reason I believe that there is other life forms in the galaxy, because this galaxy and this universe is so vast. There's so much that could be out there that we just don't know because we can't see. And the weird thing about that, the reason we can't see is because the universe, according to Einstein, now that's him. He's smarter than me. I mean, I'm just a country boy. But according to Einstein, the universe is ever expanding. It never stops. So even if we could see to the end of the universe with our technology that we have, or technology that we will have, the thing about that is we'll never actually see the end because it's constantly accelerating and expanding. So that being said, I believe that there is other life forms in the universe. Now, what that looks like, I don't know. Is it little green guys? I don't know. Is it little single cell organisms? I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I think the weirdest thing I ever heard or ever read, I didn't hear it, I read it, that there was a scientist who was saying that the possibility of alien life in the universe is non-existent. Now, these are the same guys that say we actually came from the cosmic soup as it related to the Big Bang. So we were randomly formed. I mean, think about your body for a moment. Your body is one of the most complex machines ever designed, built, and created. I mean, think about that for a moment. And to say that it happened by random chance is bullshit. I'm just saying, that's what it is. But and that's the thing that killed me about that statement that I heard, was that, there's no way that alien life could be in the universe, because the possibility and the probability that everything would be just perfect to create life outside of what we know and see as Earth is just so far-fetched. I'm thinking, yeah, you can't have it both ways there, Chief. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You're either going to believe one thing or you're not going to believe any of it. I mean, so to me, I think it's a very real possibility. Again, no, I really don't believe that, Chuck. I don't think we are the only ones. I just can't believe that. I can't wrap my head around it. Now, again, I'm not some, oh man, let me get my tinfoil hat and put that on because, I might be abducted by an alien. I don't know what that is. I think if it's anything, and if it's, if it holds true that what some people have said that, that we were created, or we are a mix or a hybrid, if you will, of alien human. I think if that's the case, and we're just put here by aliens, then it's fishbowl. They'll come by and check on their fish every now and then and see how we're doing swimming around in this fishbowl we call Earth. No, I don't believe that. But again, and I mean, think about it. Let's think about this for just a second. If aliens do visit us, you have to ask yourself why. I mean, think about it. We are a human race of people that can't get our crap together. We're constantly warring with each other. We're fighting with each other. We don't agree with each other. We're constantly at odds. Why would an advanced race, or an advanced being, if you will, want to come here and hang out with us? I mean, well, maybe it's just it's kind of like the zoo. Oh, look at the bear. Maybe what it's like. I don't know. Could be. We could just be a weird anomaly in this universe that we call home. But anyways, I hope everybody's doing good tonight. Hope everybody jumps in. Join the comment if you're coming in, just now. See, I've got 5 people in. I hope if you're hanging out in the background there that you jump in here and just put your comments in, because all comments are welcome. We are just a friendly group of people. We come here to do community. We come here to hang out, bounce comments and ideas off of each other. And I hope you feel comfortable enough to post your comment here, because trust me, the only people that's going to get ridiculed in the comment section in the live stream is going to be me, because I'm the biggest idiot at the circus. So there you go. Anyway, okay. So Cynthia actually posted something on Facebook some time ago, and I asked her, what if she would make me one of the bracelets that she posted there, and she said yes. And then so of course I paid her for it. She didn't give it to me, but I wanted to show everybody that tonight. Here it is. Check that out. That is amazing. I love that bracelet. I love the way it fits. It's got the clasp on it, so very cool, very nice. And again, I don't wear a lot of jewelry per se. My wedding ring, and of course I wear a watch from time to time. But I love this bracelet, Cynthia. Thank you so much for making it for me. And if you guys want to buy one, you can call Cynthia, and say, hey, I want one too. But really cool. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. John, how are you tonight, man? I hope everything's good with you. Supposedly the flirts are to set out the flirts. Very nice. Well, I'll tell you what, if they can prove it, I would so very much like for them to prove it. I don't know. There's so much wrong with the flat earth theory. You're welcome, Cynthia. You are so welcome. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I really like it. Hadn't had a chance to wear it this week because, of course, work and stuff like that. But I do like it. Hope you guys do too. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But no, flat earthers, man. I mean, there's a lot wrong with that. And again, I'm not ridiculing. I'm not making fun of, but I do want to understand that more. I want to understand why people actually believe this. And it's just, here's the thing about it. Even if you, yeah, no, they do prove it around each and every experiment. Now, I mentioned it earlier when I started. If you've not seen the documentary on Netflix, Behind the Curve, I would urge everybody to go watch that, because again, it's amazing to watch because they are so passionate about what they believe. And that's great. That's admirable. They are so passionate about what they believe, and they believe it wholeheartedly without a doubt. No doubt whatsoever that they believe it. But the thing about it is, it can't be proven. It just can't be proven. And even when you say, hey, I've got something that proves that the earth is round and your flat earth theory is incorrect. Well, the problem is this. Instead of having a rational conversation to understand the other side of the argument, they say, no, you're lying. You're lying. And okay, well, what about the pictures from space? What about those? Well, those are fabricated. And a picture can be manipulated. It can be made to show whatever you want it to show. So even though you give them proof time and time and time again, it bears no weight because you're constantly being told that, no, you fabricated that. No, it's not real. Your science is wrong. Your science is junk, and I can prove it. And unfortunately, but fortunately, this has led me down the path to watch a lot of YouTube videos about flat earthers and listen to some of their theories. And again, the amount of passion and just, yeah, I believe it wholeheartedly. I mean, it's admirable to see how gung-ho they are about this. But again, at the end of the day, it's like a bucket with holes in it. It just does not hold water. Yeah, I saw that. Hey, Philip, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for coming in, dude. I saw the Earth bracelet earlier. Oh, man. Okay, so what I've got tonight, guys, I got my notes from my podcast episode, and I wanted to, kind of bounce off of those. So if you see me kind of reading over here, forgive me. I have to read because my brain gets to going in 10 different ways. But so what I'm going to do is I'm pull up my little notes here. Now, here's the one, when you're talking about flat Earth, here's the one that a lot of people hang their hat on when they come into the flat Earth community. And this is this is the one that they say proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, I don't know if you guys know about it's the Bedford level experiment. That was the name of the test that was done. Now, this was done in the 1800s by a man named, what was his name? Good Lord. What was his name? Samuel Rowbotham. Now, Samuel Rowbotham, how he conducted this experiment to prove that the Earth was flat was he actually used a canal. Now, this was a man-made canal that came off a river to, the purpose for the canal was to eliminate flooding in the event of heavy rains and the wet season like that. So what he did, he actually took, watch canal. So what he did, it was a 6 mile stretch of this canal, and what he actually did was he took a rowboat, a telescope, and he put the boat in the water. He set the telescope up in the water because he was standing in the water, and he held it. I think it was. Let me find out where that is. Let me get my notes up here. The telescope was suspended 8 inches above the water. Now, when he suspended the telescope 8 inches above the water, the thought process was this. He had a flag attached to the mast of the boat, and it was 3 feet above the water level. So by theory, at the end of the 6 mile stretch, he would still be able to see the boat in through the telescope, because if the Earth is flat, there's no curvature, it's not going to disappear behind the horizon. So he did his experiment. He did it a couple of times. And the thing about it is, every time he said he proved that the Earth was flat because he could plainly see the boat at the end of the 6 mile stretch of water. Now, here's the problem with that. Now, every flat earther will hang their hat on that. They'll go, yep, he proved it, he proved it, he proved it. The problem with that is, by his calculations, if the boat actually got to the end of the 6 mile stretch of the canal, if the Earth was curved, that it would be 11 feet below the sight line. Now, you have to forgive me, I'm reading my notes here. 11 feet below the sight line, because by that distance and the calculations done with the curvature of the Earth, which is actually 24,901 miles, based on his calculations, it would be 11 feet below sight line. You wouldn't be able to see it, but he actually saw the boat. The thing he didn't, water. Yeah, every experiment like that is on the water. The problem with the experiment is this. He didn't take into effect refraction or light refraction. And basically what he was seeing, because the light was bending coming through the atmosphere and the different levels and how it passed through the different densities of the atmosphere, he was actually seeing a mirage. That's what happens with atmospheric refraction. It creates a mirage. So that's why you see things in the distance that, you know what a mirage looks like. That's what he was seeing. He was actually seeing the boat appeared higher than what it actually was. But even though that experiment was disproven time and time again, they still believe it. They still say, this is why there is a flat Earth, because we proved it in the canal. But that's not actually the case. So again, It's just some of the things that these guys actually believe. And that's, it would be one thing if it was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt and there was nothing in science or in the explanation of science that could, disprove what he did or disprove the experiment. But the problem is it's been disproven so many times, but everybody falls back on that. It's kind of like I watched one video clip of a flat earther who was clearly trying to prove that there is no curvature to the earth. And he was filming a boat that was going out, going out on the ocean. And as it was going out on the ocean, you could clearly see it sinking in the horizon. But they actually have an explanation for that. They do. It's the weirdest thing. Again, no matter how many times they disprove themselves, they've got an explanation. Because again, you've got to go back in and you've got to create explanations for what you just failed proving. Yes, that's crazy. That's crazy. But again, I'm not one to judge what... Okay, so some of the things that they actually believe, and I hope somebody jumps on here that is a flat earther that would give me some advice and maybe talk to me. Maybe, give me some comments here. The thing about it is, they don't believe that the earth is a globe. They believe it's disc-shaped. Now, what's beyond the disc? Nobody knows. You know why? Because there's an ice wall that surrounds the entire edge of the disc. Now, this, to me, would be the Antarctic. That is the ice wall. No, no, they haven't, Philip. I don't even know if any would jump in here or not. But there's an ice wall around the entire edge of the earth, and that's why you can't get to the edge. And even if you could, you could brave the ice walls. You won't be able to get there because they say that NASA has armed guards. Now, NASA has armed guards at the ice walls, keeping people from going to the edge. Crickets, that's what and again, that's what they believe. That's fine. If you believe that, that's fine. I personally don't believe that because I've seen pictures from space. I've seen video from space. We've seen it. We've seen the curvature of the earth. And even though they say that it's been manipulated and that it's fake, come on, really? Every picture is not a fake. Now, maybe a cat meme in outer space might be a fake, but that I really, seriously, come on. Now, here's one that flat earthers believe. Well, yeah, probably. I don't even know if it's attention, Philip. I think it's just going against the grain. Yeah. Well, the Antarctic Treaty does prevent people from going there. Here's the thing. There was actually a video of a guy who actually crossed the Antarctic. Now, of course, he did it in a certain section. He crossed from one side to the other. And they say, oh, that doesn't prove anything because if you look at where he went, blah, blah, blah. It's like, my God, would you just hush it and let the man, have his victory? Anyway, so if in their head, if the ice wall is real, then you've got another problem. You have another huge problem with this. You have a problem with airplanes. An airplane is not bound by an ice wall. Why? Because it flies above it. Now, here's the big one. I love this one. This one is like, man, it took you how long to come up with this? GPS is a lie. GPS has been manipulated to make you feel like you're flying in a straight line. Airplanes are actually flying in a circle. So every GPS unit, whether it's in your car, whether it's in a plane, whether it's on a navigation system of a boat, is manipulated to make you think or trick you into believe you're going in a straight line. When in actuality, you're going in a circle. Yeah. Yeah, Mark Sargent, man, he is the face of Flat Earth. Dorian Gray. Hi, Dorian Gray. Not sure who you are, but welcome. Thank you for jumping in. We appreciate you coming in. If it's your first time here, join in the community. Have fun with us. We're just hanging out. If you got comments, you got things you want to talk about, feel free. That's what we're here for. We're open for discussion. Tonight we're talking about the flat earth. Again, it's something that I am fascinated with, and I'm fascinated with it from the standpoint of I want to understand why people believe in the flat Earth. Again, not to make fun of them, but to understand that. Because again, I don't understand why the thought process is what it is. But going back to the airplanes, that's one of the things is that the GPS has been manipulated to make you think you're going in a straight line when you're actually flying in a circle. But we're doing good tonight. Dorian, thank you for joining us. But here's the other thing. Now, I've heard this one floated, and I've read this on not on just one page, but I did a lot of research on this. And here's another one with the airplanes. Given the fact that the airplanes are not restricted by the ice walls, the Arctic ice walls, if you will, they could fly past those. So if the airplane could fly past the ice wall barrier, then it would fly out into space, right? According to science, yes, it would, because that is what would happen without a doubt. Well, to keep airplanes from flying in space. Now, again, I read this on countless websites. I read this on countless people talking about flat Earth, that when the plane actually flies to the edge of the Earth, it goes into a portal and it magically appears on the other side, like Pac-Man. That's how they get around the planes flying off the edge of the Earth, because you don't really fly off the edge of the Earth. You just go from one point to the other instantaneously. I would like to see how that works, to be honest with you. Well, I don't know about that, Dorian. I mean, why is that it dictates a non-spherical Earth? I would like to know your thought on that. Anyways, but that's another theory that they have. The reason that planes can go from not fly over the edge of the Earth, that it actually goes through a portal, comes out the other side. Now, again, I really admire these theories and these, I guess, resolutions to a problem, if you will. I mean, it takes a lot of thinking and a lot of critical thinking to actually come up with some of this stuff. But again, that's just one of them. And the reason, there's another one too, that the reason they say that the Earth is not round, that if it were round, if it were spherical, and if it were a sphere, a circle, a globe, if you will, if it were round, people in the southern hemisphere will actually fall off the face of the Earth because there's nothing holding them there, because there is no gravity. But gravity is actually generated by the mass of an object, which the Earth is a massive object that generates a lot of gravity, and its pull upon our mass is what creates gravity to hold us to the Earth. But according to flat earthers, again, this is not the case. That because people would fall off in the southern hemisphere and just fall off the face of the globe. I don't believe that. Now, they say that because the Earth is flat, it's constantly going upward at a rate of 32 feet per second, which is what is actually forcing us into or onto the face of the Earth. So we're constantly accelerating up. Weed doesn't rock. So that's what's holding us to the face of the Earth. But my thing is, if we're constantly accelerating at 32 feet per second, we're constantly speeding up. And where does that end? I know the universe is constantly expanding by Albert Einstein's theory, and I tend to believe that because he is a lot smarter than I am. But where does it end? When do we stop accelerating? And what is forcing us up? What is accelerating the disk upwards? Why not force us downwards? There has to be something there that's creating that force to push us up if we are actually on a flat plane. I would like to see it myself. So the physics of water is to find and maintain its level? Of course it is. But it does that. You have to think. Here's the thing. there are a lot of people that say, well, you can't see it. Well, again, Dorian, I appreciate your comments, man. I do. I thank you for jumping in here with us tonight. Again, I'm not here to ridicule anybody. I have so many questions. I can't rationalize a lot of the things that I hear about the flat earth community. But the thing about the earth, I mean, think about it. Think of how large the earth actually is. And because of that, I mean, you're not going to really see a major curvature rather, until you get so many feet into the atmosphere, which I think is 60,000 feet. That's the limit. 60,000 and beyond is kind of where you need to be to actually see the curvature of the earth. I mean, the earth is a massive globe in space. So seeing it from a beach level, you can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. And you can actually see things disappear over the horizon. That's another one, Dorian. Here's the thing. I want to ask you a question, Dorian. What do you believe about when you're at the ocean and you see a ship in the horizon disappear over the horizon? What do you feel makes that ship disappear over the horizon? I'm seriously curious. I'm not poking fun, but if the water is finding a level and it's flat, I want to know how that's rationalized. Again, I've heard that it's called a perspective effect. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And people use this all the time when they draw or do artwork, that the perspective effect of an object on the horizontal plane or the horizon plane actually makes it appear smaller and disappear. So again, I'm just curious. I'm wondering what creates a boat disappearing in the horizon on the ocean, because I've seen it happen. I've actually seen it happen with my own eyes. So has everybody else. So I'm curious, what is it that would gravity? Well, I mean, gravity does have a force on the water itself. So even if it is on a curvature, it's still going to it's going to conform to the earth, and it's going to hold to the earth because it is a mass. Water is mass. It has mass, and it's held to the earth by the gravitational pull of the earth. And that's what gravity is. It's the mass of an object pulling against another mass, the other mass of another object. So it's gravity. Well, it's called a horizon. Well, I mean, it is horizontal, right? Is it horizon? Is it horizontal? I think it's curved. It is curved because the earth is round. Nah, I don't. Horizontal, yes, but there's also vertical. But think about it. Horizontal. If it is horizontal, attention. Yes, it is a horizon. It is horizontal. I mean, that's what it is, but still. Yeah, forgive me. I'm reading, man. Oh, sorry. All right. So a horizontal plane or line with respect to the distance above or below a given point. A position on the scale of amount, quantity, extent, or quality, having a flat horizontal surface. Okay. At the same time, same height as someone, forgive me, or something else, give a flat and even surface to begin to fly horizontally. Not picking up on that. Straw man argument. I don't know. Here's my question, Dorian. So we're talking horizon, a horizontal plane. It's flat. Why can you not see from one end to the other? Again, I'm not being facetious here. I'm curious because, I mean, think about what we have telescope wise, and I mean, not digital cameras because they're only going to do so much, but why can we not see from one side to the other? Why are we limited to what we can see? So I'm just curious. See, that's the thing. The further it goes out, the horizon is going to disappear in the curvature. Horizon from Greek limiting circle. So, and again, I'm just curious. There's a lot here we can talk about. See, I have to think that just because of the sheer mass and the size of the Earth, that's the reason that people believe that it's flat, because you don't see the curvature here on the Earth. But the further out in space you go, the curvature is there. It's unmistakable, and water is going to be following that curvature, no matter if it's top side, bottom side, whatever that is. It's going to adhere to the sphere. So a flat Earth model is assumed with an internal or inertial coordinate system that is fixed to the surface of the Earth. Okay. I don't think they assume the entire Earth is flat, Dorian. I think if you're making assumptions about that, it's based on, I guess, the distance that a missile would have to travel. It's not based on that the Earth is flat. I mean, think about it. When we travel, in an airplane, when we travel, I mean, we don't think about it like that. And I don't think the assumption is based on that it has to be flat. No, I mean, I'm not doubting you. I'm not saying that you're incorrect. I'm not doubting that at all. But I don't think it's based on the assumption that the Earth is flat. I think it's just, again, based on the distance the missile's going to have to travel, or whatever that is. So again, tonight, good, healthy conversation. Dorian, I appreciate your comments, man. Thank you for jumping in here. I think when it comes to flat Earth, somebody's going to have to give me empirical truth without a doubt to make me believe it. And until then, I'm just not going to believe it. So let me ask you a question, Dorian. And again, I want to know what you really think about this. If you don't subscribe to the flat Earth theology or mindset or belief, why is it that you'll pick and choose the water part of that? I know you've stated that a couple of times, but why is it that you're going to pull that part out of all the other to stake your claim? So do you believe that the Earth is flat? And again, I'm just curious. I'm curious what you think. And here's why I asked that question. And I'm gonna go from a religious standpoint. Okay. Now I'm not gonna talk religion tonight. We're just not. But I'm gonna go from a religious standpoint. The reason I asked that question, the reason I'm well, okay, water is the key to everything. But again, I don't think that fully encompasses my question. Here's why. Here's why. I can say that I'm a Christian. I can do things that make me act like a Christian, but I can take away all the other stuff that doesn't make me a Christian. So if you don't believe in a flat Earth, but you believe in water, or the water is the key to a flat Earth, what are the other things about the flat Earth that you don't believe? What are some of the other things that you discount as being not true or false or has no basis in reality? I'm just curious about that. So let me ask this, Dorian. Do you believe the Earth is flat based on your belief in water? And you have to forgive it. There is a lag here, so I'm trying to read comments and keep up with everything going on. Drew Powell. How are you? Thanks for joining us tonight, Drew. Thanks for jumping in here. I hope you're having a great evening. We are having a conversation about flat Earth theory, conspiracy, flat Earth belief or not. Thank you for coming in. All comments are welcome. I do ask that you keep them clean because this is a kind of a hangout community thing. So Dorian, claim no model at all, and I just know. Okay, well, again, I'm not discounting what you believe, Dorian. I'm trying to. I don't think it's a theory if it's in practical application. We don't float off the face of the earth. What's holding us to the earth if there is no gravity? See, that's the thing. I want to know what the basis is for the belief that gravity is only a theory. So what is it that's keeping us intact? I'm being serious here. I really want to know, what is it that's keeping us intact or holding us to the earth if gravity is only a theory and it's not real? Because that's the thing. It wouldn't matter which side of the globe you were on if there were no gravity. Everybody would float off, right? Or they would just fall off as the Earth's spinning. I mean, think about it. What actually holds us to the Earth if gravity is not real, if it's just a theory, if it's a made-up thing that somebody has come up with to justify whatever? Yeah, but there's also the theory of evolution, right? That doesn't mean that we evolved from a different species of animal. I mean, so a theory, yeah, it's a theory. So we can attach the word theory to a lot of things. That doesn't mean that it disproves it. Now, do I believe in evolution? I believe people evolve over time. I think certain species of animals evolve to fit their to fit their environments and, you know, the things that they have to. See you, Chuck. Have a great evening, man. I appreciate it. I have to believe in gravity. I mean, I just do. Dorian, you and I agree wholeheartedly. Oh, man. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. You know, that's the thing though, but I do have questions. Here's my question for that. I agree with you. I agree with you, Dorian. But here's my question for that. If um what was there? What was there before this? That explains it. See, that's the thing. I believe in that. I believe in God. I believe in a supreme creator. I believe in that's where we come from. That's where everything came from. I don't believe in evolution. I don't believe that we came from a cosmic soup. I don't believe that we just formed by accident. There's no way you can make me believe that. So my question, I always gravitate back to what was there before this? What was there? Well, think about space. Think about the universe for a second. The universe and space. What? Golly, this is where I get my head wrapped around this. What was there in the void before this? See, those are questions that I ask. Man, and that's where I get my noodle baked a little bit, is when I'm trying to figure out what was in the void before this, before the galaxies, before the stars, before the heavens, before the planets, before everything that we know and we can see. I always wonder about that. And what contains, here's another one, what contains the universe? Because if it's ever expanding, what is beyond the expansion? What is beyond the expansion? Sorry, I mean to hit that. Anyway, tonight's been a good conversation. I am so glad you guys jumped in here. We had the one jump in and he disappeared, but I wish he'd come back. Water. So you think I'm confused with the statement, Dorian. Is it water that was there? Hey Adam, thanks for joining us tonight, man. Thank you for jumping in there. It's good to see you, Batman. Hope all's well with you. We're having an interesting conversation about flat Earth. So jump in, make your comments known. Hope you're having a good evening. Hope your weekend's been good too, man. Yes, water. So water was there. Yeah. So water was there before anything else. But so where's the water now, Dorian? That's the question I have for you. Where's the water now? But if it can't, see, again, that doesn't resolve itself for me. I'm trying to figure that out. If they're, where is the water now? If that's what was, I don't know if you're responding to my comment or not, but that's kind of where I'm going with this because I think you are. What was in the expanse before this, the universe? What is here? So is the universe in water? That's, I mean, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, especially with topics like the universe, we can know through science and through our technology what we know. We can know beyond a shadow of a doubt that things are ordered in the universe in a certain way. Why they're ordered in the universe in a certain way, we don't know. With our finite understanding of the universe and things in the universe that we can't see, can't rationally explain, can't understand, we're limited in that finite knowledge. So it's good to theorize and to think about and to study and to have questions. It's great to do that. And I think the problem that we have is that we can't come together and have a rational conversation with each other because we always want to, we just want to beat each other up. So it's good to talk. It's good to have conversations. Planets are light. Yeah. Well, planets are actually mass. They're not just light. I mean, stars are light that's reaching us from light years ago. I mean, it's just now getting to us. That's why we see it. I don't know the planets being light though. You've been nowhere. What's that statement mean, Dorian? Yeah, see, I would have to disagree with planets are light as well because, I mean, planets are reflecting the stars. Hmm. See, Dorian, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. The moon is a solid object to me. Again, I'm not discounting your belief, but it's there. I mean, we've been to the moon. We've landed on the moon. Not only us, but other countries have landed on the moon as well. Yeah, see, I mean, we've been to the moon. I mean, yes, it reflects light from the sun, but it's there. It's not just a ball of light there. Uh, that one I'm going to have to see a picture of. I mean, I don't understand. I've never seen a picture like that ever. Yeah, there are theories that we faked the moon landing at Area 51, and that Stanley Kubrick actually filmed the fake moon landing at a movie set at Area 51. It's one of the theories that gets floated a lot. I do believe we've been to the moon. I do believe we've landed on the moon. I think it's sad that we haven't explored that further and put more effort and energy into that. Yeah, again, Dorian, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. I believe we've been to the moon. I believe we landed. We've actually been there. So what is your reasoning or your logic that we've never been to the moon? I'm just curious. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to look that up, Dorian. I'm going to look for that and I'm going to see if I can find it. Okay. I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. I'll Google it. I'll put that on my list of things to do. So, that's been a good conversation, guys. Man, you guys have been bringing it tonight. Very good. Enjoyed this. So, Dorian, I have a question. Do you have a YouTube page that you, because someone's, that's what they say about the Earth photos as well, that they're fake. No, Dorian, do you have a YouTube page or something that you post content to, or that you're a part of, that you have a community with? And I'm just curious. I was gonna go check you out and see what you got going on, but no. Yeah, I mean, again, we're going to be in divided camps on this. We're going to go one way or the other. It's unfortunate. We're going to draw a line in the sand. I mean, I think it's healthy to have conversations like this to understand what some people think. Man, night's been good. Adam, are you wearing your Batman cape tonight? Just curious. Just curious. You know who I wish would jump in here tonight? Exploded. I wish Big Fish would jump in. I hadn't seen Big Fish in a while. I believe he would have some some very interesting comments to make tonight. Him or the other guy from Ireland. Who was he? Cap King. That's who it was. Yes, Cap King. I'd like to see those guys jump in. I hadn't seen them in a while. They haven't been here in a long time. See if I can close this document out. Tom Campbell, my big toe. Okay. Close that out. Tom Campbell, my big toe. Theory of everything. Okay. Very cool. So Dorian, I'm curious, how did you stumble across my channel? I'm kind of small. I don't get a lot of traffic here, but again, when I do, I appreciate it. Just curious how you came across it. Amateur with a store-bought scope found the. Yeah, I'm about to look that up, John. I'm kind of lost on what you're talking about there. Imagine that. Me being lost on the topic. Man, tonight's been good. I've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this. Dorian, cool. Very cool. Hope you join us again sometime, Dorian. I do appreciate you coming in, man. I really do. I mean, this is good. I hope you come in and join us from time to time. And if you want to hang out with us, by all means, we come on live every Saturday, 7:00, and we just talk about whatever we can throw out there. Normally, it's not a lot about stuff like this, but we do. I mean, we talk about everything. I think one night we talked about Bigfoot. I really enjoyed that. That's the thing. We talking about Bigfoot. Who was it? I think it was. Who was it? Was it me and you, John? Were we talking about this the other day? It might not have been you. I don't know who it was. We were talking about Bigfoot, and somebody says, "How do you never see a Bigfoot?" Well, the theory is that, again, theory. The theory is that they're interdimensional beings and they disappear. Fluoride. Fluoride. If you like, or as part of me. John, you got big feet? I actually know somebody that has a set of big feet casts, and he walks around in the woods with those things with his feet. Actually, faking everybody out. That's funny. That is funny. So, Dorian, do you fall into the I was just fixing to ask you that question, if you fall into the paranormal and belief in the paranormal. I know John does. Right, John? We talked about that a couple times, too. The guy who was just on here, Chuck Pierce, he's gone now, but he actually did some paranormal investigating. That's the thing about, I believe there are things in this world that we are not privy to understand. And even though it's right beside us, seen some stuff. Yeah, I know you have. You told me about it. But Chuck Pierce used to do some paranormal investigating. Him and his wife, Cindy, they did a lot of cool stuff. I actually did a podcast with those guys talking about how they got into it and some of the things they've experienced. It was really interesting. I want to sit down with them again, and hopefully I can. But I do believe in ghost and paranormal. I've never had the experience, and to be honest with you, I don't really care to. But I know people that have. I know people that swear by it. I know there's you, Dorian, Adam, and John here tonight. Actually, have claimed to have experiences. So again, I don't discount that. Explainable. Well, I don't know, John. I think there's some things that are beyond our realm of understanding. There are some things that are beyond our finite knowledge that we just don't understand. That's just human. I mean, there's only so much we can cram into this gray matter that floats around at the top of our body. Now, if you're talking about the ghost hunters or paranormal investigators, yeah, all that can be explained. Here's my take on the paranormal. Well, very cool that you had that experience. Did it freak you out? Did it scare you to death? See, I think I would be kind of freaked out if I had that experience. Here's my take on that. Again, I'm not going to get into religion. I do believe there are good and good and evil spirits. Good night, Cynthia. Thank you for joining us. I hope you join us again next time. And again, Cynthia, thank you so much for this. I do appreciate it. It's perfect. I'm proud of it. I'm going to wear it as much as I can. Can't thank you enough for doing that. Thank you so much. But here's what I think about the ghost and the paranormal. There is good and evil in the world, and I think that it's not the good, if you will, that it's the evil in the world that we experience, or that kind of comes into our realm of existence, if you will. And that's the scary part about it. Now, I take that from a strictly religious standpoint, but again. Good night, Cindy. Have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow and a wonderful week. And very cool. Purely electrical experience or feeling. The feather. And there are people who say that they've had the paranormal experiences, and it was completely natural to them. They didn't think one way or the other about it. They wasn't scared of it. Again, I don't know. I think a lot of that comes from my youth. I was the kid that was scared of the dark until I got older. But no, again, I think if you've had a paranormal experience and it wasn't a negative, then and you I don't want to say you got some enjoyment out of it. That sounds kind of weird, but it was one of those experiences for you that wasn't bad or life altering in a negative way. Then I think that's yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I think it would make more than my hair stand on end. It would make me get up and run out of the house. That's what would happen. I would run. What have I got going on here? Man. Okay, I do have something I want to show you guys tonight. So I'm gonna click on this. This is something my son sent me, and he and I sat on the couch and we laughed about it after he sent this to me. So it kind of goes into conspiracy theory and it goes into aliens. So the landlady of the Four Area Pub said it was haunted. My wife actually went on a haunted pub crawl in Savannah. Now, that's supposed to be one of the most haunted cities in the United States. She actually went on a haunted pub crawl. She really didn't see anything, but and then they went back this last year for a marathon that they ran, or 5K. I say a marathon. Her and her sister, and she took some pictures in a stairwell of a place that was supposedly haunted. Now, they actually featured this place on Ghost Adventures, something like that. But she said there's something there. And I've looked at the picture, and I'm like, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I want to share this picture with you guys. See if I can find it again. Now, this is probably not that funny to you guys, but I died laughing when I saw this. Do be kind of looking fresh, though, not going to lie. Oh, yeah, you got to love it. You just got to love it. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Oh, man. Anyway. Man, tonight has been fun, guys. Man, I really... He's on the kid, absolutely. It was a magnificent beard, wasn't it? Tonight's been really fun, guys. I've really enjoyed the conversations tonight. Last few years, we were a little fanfare. So the question flies also like monsters, ghosts, and Bigfoot. Call cell phones. That's the thing. I'm going to get on a rant on that one. Here's the thing. I understand pictures from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and whatever. I mean, but my God. And there are some amazing unidentified flying objects. caught on camera, or caught on film. Film is not anymore; it's solid state. Caught on camera. But why is it when most people catch a UFO, it's always with the worst camera in the daggone bag? I mean, my God, what did you take a picture of that with? One of them little $2 cheapies you pick up at the drugstore when you're going on vacation? Oh, I got to go to Walgreens to get these developed. I just don't get it. I mean, this will take a 4K image and 4K video. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't do the cause any justice, if you will. I don't know. Life's mysteries, I guess. It's right up there with the aliens and Bigfoot. The reason we can't get a good picture of Bigfoot is because, I used to love the television show In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy. When Leonard Nimoy hosted the show, oh man, I loved that on Saturdays. When I was a kid, dude, I was so glued to the TV. And I remember, and I actually watched this on YouTube the other day, the Bigfoot episode. Leonard Nimoy had such a way to just draw you in with it was that voice and that delivery. And it was just, it was kind of a deadpan delivery, but it just drew you in. And I used to love that show. And I remember watching episodes about the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot. We would watch, what was it? Some other ones that he had on there. There were so many different things that just, bounced around on In Search Of. I thought it was awesome as a kid. I was always fascinated. I was like, oh. And maybe that's what scared me about Bigfoot. I never wanted to see a Bigfoot. Never wanted to see anything with big feet coming through the woods. Oh, man. I don't know, man. There's a lot of Bigfoot sightings in the northern parts of Georgia. Bigfoot. I don't know what I would do if I ever saw a Bigfoot. I was making the joke with my wife today about Bigfoot. We'd probably see one, but probably a redneck running around without his shirt on, drunk. Put your shirt on, Larry, and get in the truck. Sorry, I'm being a bit stupid now. Anyway. Oh man, God, I can't say this enough, guys. It's been fun. Dorian, I appreciate you coming in. I hope you subscribe to my channel and join us next time. I'll have to. Well, that's the thing. That's one of the things. I think when they talk about aliens actually being now there is some theory that aliens are actually the fallen angels. I don't know if that's true or not. That's one theory that gets floated a bunch. There's the other one that the Anunnaki, the alien or ancient alien race, actually created us, and not really created us, but mixed their DNA with early hominids to accelerate our evolution process, getting us to the point where we are now. So we're actually all just a mix of alien hominid hybrids. So that would make us a that's the thing too, whenever they were talking about that, because I read up on that, that the question was, well, if they mix their DNA and they are an advanced civilization, an advanced people, being, whatever you want to call them, why are we not that advanced? And one of the theories was that they actually, because it was created in a lab somewhere, that they turned off that part of the DNA. And they say this is proven because everybody has junk DNA within their body. Yep. Well, everybody has junk DNA, and they say this junk DNA actually carries the somebody help me here because I'm getting stumbled. Carries that part of the alien that's supposedly intertwined with us. So there we go. Now that I don't believe. But when you go into the Bible, I mean, you can go into Genesis, and then it talks about giants in the land, and that the giants actually took earthly women and had children. Yeah, most DNA is junk. You're absolutely right, John. You're absolutely right. So I don't know. I mean, again, it's fun to kind of while away in some of these theories and thoughts and different things, but I think we can kind of get off on that's the problem with you get off on so many different rabbit holes. Man, yeah, forgive me. I've been talking about. We get off on so many different rabbit trails that it can just splinter and go so many different ways. But again, I guess that's what makes it fun. I guess that's what makes for interesting water cooler talk. So, yeah. So, Dorian, I have a question for you. Do you believe in the Mandela effect? Do you think it's a real thing, or that we're just forgetful people? Because there are so many people. I actually had, excuse me, I actually had a guy tear me down in comments, in the comment section when we did a discussion about the Mandela effect. And I think his comment was, he said, "Do you think this is a joke?" And then he went on and on. And I was like, "Yeah, I really wasn't trying to offend you. I'm just telling you my thought process on it." I asked if you believed in the Mandela effect, or you thought it was just, we're forgetful people. There are a lot of people that really think the Mandela effect, and there's a lot of people that have some serious issues mentally with this, and I feel so bad for those that do, because of that. And I wouldn't make light of that, but I don't think that the Mandela effect is what we make it out to be. Man, guys, tonight's been good. I am fixing to jump off here, though. Fixing to go have dinner with the family. You're referring to something? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot with the Mandela effect, man. It's kind of amazing. Um, to think that, that, you know things have, and that one gets deep and splintered too, man. It goes all over the place. That's a tough one to kind of navigate, and unfortunately, I don't know if I navigated it well when we did that. And I think I've taken that. I actually took a lot of stuff down that I had on YouTube, not for any being ashamed of it, but I just, whenever the YouTube apocalypse was fixing to loom heavy over everybody, I took a bunch of stuff down so it wouldn't get deleted. And I'm slowly putting content back up. But where did Adam go? He must be out solving crime and ridding the streets of the Joker. Must have his Batman outfit on. Oh, man. Well, guys, I think my voice is actually going away. I've been talking for over an hour. I think this is the longest live stream I've had in forever. Dorian, I hope you come back and join us again sometime. I do appreciate you coming in, man. Metal Mouse, and now without the scene, it makes no. Yeah, well, I can see that. That's the problem with that. With that theory, that Mandela effect theory, is that, and that's that you're saying, Dorian, right there in the comment, is I think where a lot of people have some serious some serious issues with that whole thing, because it really, again, I feel bad for anybody that's suffering for that purpose, and that's really messing with them. I really do. I honestly feel bad for people like that. And the reason I do feel bad for people like that is simply because I watch my own father go through some mental struggles and trials, because when he came back from, forgive me, my voice is failing. When he came back from Vietnam, he was a totally different person. He was, twisted up on the inside, and his mind was never right again. And I watched that as I grew up, as a child. Watched him just go progressively worse and worse and worse. Hey, Paul, how are you, man? Thanks for jumping in here. Appreciate you coming in. All comments are welcome. Not a globe, not flat. Look deeper. Okay. But yeah, anybody that's suffering with any kind of mental issue, because of a result of something like that, or that affecting them in that way, I can't sympathize. I can empathize. How about that? Because I kind of know from an outside looking in perspective of how that can be so life altering on people. So what do you think it is, Paul? If it's not a globe, it's not flat. What do you believe it is? I'm curious. Again, not looking to ridicule. We just looking to, I like to get all the comments in that I can. Dorian, one of the things that I look at whenever I read about stuff like that, but here's the thing with the Mandela effect. A lot of people associate, I don't want to say silly stuff, but I mean stuff that, kind of lend itself over to, like the Berenstain Bears. Is it Berenstain or Berenstein? There's a lot of people that will associate a lot of different things to it and then start making light of it. And then it just kind of gets to the point where, I don't want to say it's ridicule, but I think it's actually minimized, if you will. Anyway. Only 3 options for curvature. It either goes down, up, or there is none. Well, I agree with you there. Willful ignorance is epic stupidity. There's enough stupidity in the world to go around. Trust me. There's plenty. Plenty. That's why I don't think. I think if aliens do business, they do it from a curiosity standpoint. Like, did you see what he just did? So, yeah, there's enough of that to go around. So, I'm curious, Paul, what is it that you believe is, again, Paul, I'm really curious. 3 options for curvature. It either goes down, up, or there is none. Kept by whom? What do you mean, John? Goodness. Sorry about that. Yeah, see, that's the. Well, I mean, when you're talking about stuff like that, who is in control? Who holds the bag of marbles? Masters. Who would be the masters, Dorian? I'm just asking. What do you consider to be the person who's the master in charge? That'd be your bank. Nobody will ever know. Helen Bond. Hey, Helen. How are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for jumping in here. Do appreciate you making a comment there. Again, we're just hanging out, having a good time, bouncing some ideas back and forth. Well, yeah, the Masters are 13 families. You know, who are the 13 families, Dorian? I'm curious about that. I think 13 well, I mean, 13 families would, I mean, you're talking an entire earth of people that 13 families would rule over. You're absolutely right, Paul. Man plans, God laughs. Yeah, I'm with you, Paul. I don't think we can save what we didn't create. That's a fallacy. We can do our best to preserve it, but we can't save what we didn't create. I think if you're talking people who are ruling over everybody, I mean, you would have to be talking the banking system, because unfortunately, money is not the root of all evil. It is a root of evil, but it's not the root of all evil. Unfortunately, that's what drives our existence. You have to make money to survive, and you have to work jobs to make money to do the things you need to do in life. Okay, I'll do that. I will do that. 13 main families of the Illuminati. You know what? I'm gonna have to get me a notepad. And you got me doing a lot of homework there, Dorian, which is cool. I'll have to go back and read the chat whenever I get done. See what that's all about. I actually did some studying on the Illuminati. I think it's funny when celebrities drop the Illuminati when they're doing it in their songs or making reference to it in other ways. It's kind of funny, actually. That's more of a, hey, look, I got brand new shoes. Sending me messages. Check this out. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. John. Yeah, the Illuminati, that's a weird one for me. I think I don't know. You would That's a tough one to pull off, man. I don't believe there's a group that's responsible for all the things that go on in the world. I have a hard time believing that one. Or that they control. Hi, artist. How are you? Of El Elion. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks for jumping in. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you'll have some comments for us. Again, I try to ain't flat neither. The only thing I ask is when we come into the live streams is we be respectful of everybody's opinion, and we can have conversations. We can have comments back and forth, and that's good. That's perfect. I love that. I love to hear what everybody thinks. Yeah. No, I don't. I think that's a master. Google. Yeah. The earth is not a ball that spins with magic sticky water. Anytime, artists. Man, yeah, anytime. You're welcome anytime. We do this every Saturday at 7, so anytime you guys want to come by and hang out with us, by all means, do. I appreciate it, and you're always welcomed. Yeah, that's not how the game works. Yeah, that's the problem, Helen. That we substitute we substitute idols for God constantly. We always do. And I say we as a general term. I know I'm painting a broad brush with that, so don't take offense to that. It's just a general term for me. We have the tendency to replace God with idols constantly. You see it every day. I mean, turn on the TV. Look at what's being pushed constantly, and this is what people gravitate to. This is what people are constantly. Oh yeah, I've got to be like that. I've got to have that. I've got to do that. I've got to. So we're constantly making idols out of things. Just another fool. How are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for jumping in the comments. We do appreciate it. uh, I find myself watching less and less TV as I get older. I used to watch it all the time. Constantly finding other avenues to entertain myself, whether that's reading or studying, or I watch YouTube a lot because I like to see what people are doing. Good place to get information. But yeah, TV has just gotten to the point where, I mean, it used to be when I was a child, and I'm sure everybody remembers this. I mean, there was at least some decent programming on, some stuff that you could, watch with your kids sitting in the room. Now, hardly any of it is like that. Everything is just, I mean, it's either TNA or it's. I mean, golly, it's just. I mean, there are some things that come on TV. I'd be ashamed to, with my kid to be in a room. I'm like, thank John. God. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it just popped up and it's like, oh. Anyway. Philip Schofield. Man, you guys have been bringing it tonight. Y'all making some good comments. I appreciate it. Well, thank John. God. Well, guys, I think I'm fixing to end the stream. I'm losing my voice right now. It's getting real cracky and raspy. Sounded like sounding pretty bad right now, but I think I need something to drink. I have enjoyed this live stream. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you that came in tonight. I appreciate all the new people that joined tonight. Man, you guys are always welcome anytime you want to jump into the live stream. We do this every Saturday at 7. Same bat time, same bat channel, if you will. And we just talk about whatever. Next week, I don't know what the topic's going to be. We'll talk about whatever. We'll just bounce some stuff around like ping pong balls and see where it lands. That's kind of what we do. But I do appreciate you guys coming in, man. And if you want to come back and hang out with us, by all means do. Every Saturday at 7, we will be here. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk conspiracy. We can talk about whatever. I don't care. Whatever that is. Dorian, thank you so much, man. I appreciate all your comments. Dude, it was great to have you in. I appreciate the back and forth. Welcome anytime. Come back anytime, Dorian. Thank you so much. But yeah, anytime you guys want to come back in. Votes to appear at first glance, disappear bottom first. Seems to me the foundation is right. Yeah. So, Paul, I'm curious. What is it that you um I'm curious what it is that you believe about the earth. I mean, I appreciate your comments here. I'm just trying to I shouldn't do this. I'm trying to read between the lines and figure that out. But so we're not flat, we're not round. What are we? I'm curious what your actual thought is. But anyway, again, guys, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. I'm fixing to shut her down. I'll go get me something to drink, have a dinner with my family. And tonight's been amazing, though. It's really been great. I do appreciate it. This is probably going to go. It's one of my best live streams I've had. Appreciate all the comments. I appreciate you guys jumping in here. Come back anytime. You're always welcome. And I don't know where Adam went. He must be out solving crime. I bet he's out being that vigilante Batman again. So for the Bearded Guy Podcast channel, guys, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and shut her down. Come back anytime. John, Dorian, Helen. Let me scroll back up through here. Let me make sure I give everybody some love tonight for coming in. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. There we go. Paul, Dorian, Helen. Let me go back through my list here. There was one that jumped in earlier and then he disappeared. Cynthia, Philip, Chuck, everybody. Thanks again. Oh, we're in the ball. Okay, I'm going to research concave Earth. Now, Paul, come back and join us next week because I'm going to research that, and we're going to talk about it. I don't know if we'll go into the full depth, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, when all your most of your online activity is spent looking at memes. So, anyways, guys, I got to shut it down. Hope y'all have a great night, good day tomorrow, and a wonderful week ahead of you. And I do appreciate it. And we will do it again next time. So thanks a lot. Come back and see us. Oh, and if you liked what you hung out tonight, hit that like thingy, that thumbs up, whatever that is. Messes with the analytics. Oh, dang, John. God. Goodness. You never fail to amaze me, John. But I do appreciate it, guys. Come back and join us anytime. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great night and a wonderful day tomorrow. And we will do it again next time.